It just didn't happen overnight. It just gotten a bunch this past year. I mean, we've had in 2012 probably 15 suicides, 2013 maybe 12 in a year. So that's almost one a month. And then 2014. And now it's 2015, and we're at, for the year, if we want to count from January, or if we count from December, right now we're at number 17. We've had 17 suicides.
I've seen so many. It's, I could sit there and close my eyes and I could probably rattle off 15, 20 suicides lately I've been to, and I'll remember exactly how they look. Not laying there how I remember them, I'll remember them how they looked at that moment of suicide. So that's not something the human mind forgets right away.
We have the highest suicide, highest cancer, highest diabetes, highest alcohol, and I don't know, highest whatever it is, to murders or whatever in our population. So we're rated the deadliest as well as the poorest county in the United States. And it's something that we should change for our children. Because now if they have an option in their life to commit suicide, to just end it, to get out of this life. It wasn't an option before.
I'll get messages, I'll get pictures of the girls or guys, and they'll take pictures of their arms and they'll send it to me. And they'll say, please help. Or they'll tell me that they love me, but there's nothing that I can do to save them. Or they'll have a handful of pills. Or they'll send me a video of them taking the pills and drinking it down. And then they won't tell where they're at, but we managed to find them. Eileen and I are pretty good. We're pretty good, and we're out there always in the cops. We built a partnership, a strong one, with our officers of public safety, and they're out there. And if I make a call, they're right there, because they're tired of burying the babies too.
It's not something we want the public to see, because a lot of times they may relieve themselves and leave a little puddle below them. Those are some of the things that, and we try to make sure that the mothers, fathers, uncles, whoever family does not see some of that, because that's how they're going to remember them. So we try to, like I said, we try to clean them up, prepare them so they can smudge with them, pray with them. But I would say maybe 2 out of 10 times we're allowed to do that. The rest of the times that it's the family who found them. It's a brother who found them. It's a mother. It's an uncle. It's somebody close. Their best friend found them.
Want some? Hey, we'll go in maybe. He's big. We have 3 of them, and they all have different personalities. So like this old guy, he just does whatever he wants. And then the one laying down over there, he's young. His personality is he'll come eat through the fence. And then we have a third one, the one laying way over there. He'll come up to the pickup and eat sometimes.
Why not sing something else? I'm radioactive. From your phone, Dad.
Alani was 14 years old when this happened, and she was a varsity cheerleader as a freshman. And I remember the day that she came home and she told us that she made varsity, and she was ecstatic. And I was so proud of her. And I used to tease her and tell her, you know, hey, I made up this cheer and I'm gonna cheer. Whenever it starts, I'm gonna cheer for you. No, don't do that. Don't do that. So that's kind of how our relationship was. Is I teased her a lot, and we had fun that way. We had talked about what she wanted to be when she was older, and she talked about wanting to be a teacher. And I think she would have been an awesome teacher. Not because of knowing material, but because of her relationship with people. I don't know what drove our daughter to do that. She didn't leave a suicide note. She didn't. Maybe if she had another 10 seconds, she wouldn't have done it. If she could have seen the way it impacted us, I know she'd still be here.
Welcome to the Bear Cave. It's a place for the young people to come and to hang out and just chill and be who they are. And it's not very fancy, but it's comfortable and it belongs to the kids. And they feel that they have ownership, so they decorate. And we have little trainings down here. When I say trainings, we do like life skills. We do signs of suicide. We have a youth program that we run out of here, so the young people have something to do. This is our Youth Opportunity Wall. It used to be a program called Youth Opportunity where all the kids had an opportunity to have a little bit of success. But the cards that the kids made, and it used to have a lot of cards on it, but it kind of, fallen off. But this is Maria. Maria made that heart for me, and she worked for me last summer of 2014. And she's no longer with us because she was the one that committed suicide on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2014. So I like to keep that up there as a reminder. I keep her card up there as a reminder that, you know, she had a lot of love.
But I have had 5- and 6-year-olds attempt. So I had a 5-year-old from Red Shirt Table and a 6-year-old at the Slim Butte. So sad because he put a box on the road and climbed in it and was hoping a car would hit him. Till some woman got out and looked in there, and he was in there. The 5-year-old was just in severe depression, and it was, he just sleep, get up, catch a bus, come home, go back to sleep. And then he finally said he wanted to die. And you think about it, what were you doing when you were 5 and 6 years old? I was playing in the creek or on a dirt road or with the football or whatever, you know? Riding horse. And nowadays, that's what they think of.
The very first one, Alani, people were really sad and just really angry about everything. And a lot of people made Alani, rest in peace, like memorial pages on Facebook. And after that, we got 2 more suicides, and after that, more suicides, and it just kept coming.
Oh ja, pilama pelo ja. Let's say hiuna. Wogalaga maship cha oagalake. Hoyo ka hakoza ale no monaka pikitaku ja. Hena I ostetsun konitsa kapite. Ka wana unkigulustan sa wotseki wa kahintelo. Ate tunkashila. No peton let's ostel yakobu kabo pila okene chapi. Hona let's age ho khino taku solap chibunka. Ja. Ja taku sowa ko ichak yake. Yuka. Hena ichupina nipti pasapikte. Hoyun khat leta iachupik tena. Lakota iapiki glus nazin po. Hechuk komsniki umpakin tapik tela. Wate tsuchun et hunkashla hoywakila. Naushun kina pot hunkashla. Now we chose on it. That's hokata ki one kapik. Watch it well. Oh, mitaku vayasi.
When we harvest the sage, one of the things we do is we don't just go and take it, you know. We don't just go and take it and this is ours. We're human beings. We're more important than everything. Mitaka, say that word you said earlier. We're all related. Everything's the same. We're the same as a rock. We're the same as this sage. We're the same as an animal. We're not dominant. And one of the things that I taught Martina to do was to pray. And when she takes something from Makaina, from Mother Earth, that she's going to take it, but she's going to leave an offering. And in her prayer, she always explains to Mother Earth that we're going to take something from her body, but we're going to use it in a good way.
What the history books don't tell you, that night the cavalry got drunk off their ass on whiskey. So early that morning they were all drunk, really drunk off whiskey. And they had the Gatling gun and the Hotchkiss gun. They had them set up. I think it was two of them, one of each, on the hills. And that morning they just opened fire on our people. The deeper part of the story, you know, there's the women who are pregnant. What those soldiers did, they cut the babies out. They'll tie them in trees, they'll use them as target practice. The babies that were already born, they'll grab them, they'll throw them in the air like those discs you use for target practice with shotguns. They'll grab those kids, throw them in the air, they'll shoot them like that. They'll tie them in trees. Or they'll grab the kids, there'll be a rock there, they'll grab them. Hit them off the rock like that, break their head open. They slaughtered our people, they'll be running, they'll shoot them in their back. They'll just leave them there. That's the part you don't hear in the history books. When you go to Wounded Knee and you hear this part of the story and you open up your heart, you can still hear them crying.
This is not federal land, this is treaty land. The Black Hills issue we talk about, illegal taking, belongs to us. All the land. Oh, you see this. This is the last legal binding document. And this is mentioned in this map here. Could you take this map? Picture of this map? This is the last legal binding document between two sovereign nations affirmed April 28, 2009. Okay, what is the state of South Dakota doing trying to bring in a Keystone XL? Claiming the Black Hills, trying to put a tax on the money tax on this Black Hills without 3/4 adult male consent. Look at the poisoning of our water, the poisoning of the land, using, what are they doing? The military. Military took our land in the Badlands, turned it into a bombing range, target practice. And now you see they're chemical elements from their bombs leaching into the ground and into our water, poisoning. And this is where you see the children today are affected by this.
This is our land, our water rights, our mineral rights, everything. That we were here first. 1889 Act. Almost 1851, this was bought. Napoleon sold it to Thomas Jefferson for $15 million. But again, who gave that French guy right to sell all this land to him? It's the President of the United States.
Did they ask us when they took the Black Hills? Did they ask us, can we go do some gold mining over here? We'll put a little more money in that pot that we owe you guys for taking your land? Huh? They didn't care. But we're asking, can we spend some of this lease money you owe us, you know? Can we buy a cow? Can we go do this? Can we do that? And why? Stand up, you know? Let's stand up and be who we're supposed to be and say, we're going to use this money the way we need to, and we need buildings, we need businesses, we need to put our people back to work.
You drive through and you see the poverty. You drive through the housing areas, you see the poverty. But the kids themselves, some of them don't believe that this is a impoverished area. They're just used to it. They're used to it. But everybody wants something different.
At the time, I was going to a different school. I was going to something called Virtual High. And I worked on computers, and it was me and I think like 6 or 7 other kids. And I was feeling depressed for over a month, and we was holding a dance for a school, and I got there to start helping set everything up, and Tiny asked me if I was all right, and I said, yep, perfect. And she asked me, are you sure? And I said, yep. And we held the dance that night, and when I got back, the depression hit super hard, and I got home, I locked my door, and I found a bottle of sleeping pills, and I forgot what the other thing was, and I put both the 2 whole bottles in my mouth, and I had a bottle of water sit next to me, and I brought the bottle up, and I saw myself in a reflection of the TV, and I just couldn't believe what I was about to do, and I felt disgusted at myself, so I spit him out, and I went to my grandpa's room and told him, and texted Tiny, and we went up to the hospital down here and told them what happened, and they sent me to Regional West in Rapid City to get me some help.
We need to be able to process what is happening. You know, everybody should learn how to process their days. Everybody. So we're teaching that with our kids now. We're teaching them coping skills. How to cope with the crap life throws at you, rather than taking a knife or a razor, or pills, or banging your head against the wall, or a cigarette and burn your arms, or taking that gun, or the rope. So we're really into teaching them how to cope.
There's basically not a lot to do here on the reservation. And with the skate park coming here, there's more kids being active, and I think the suicide rate would have been a lot higher if that skate park wasn't here. But as far as, you know, being Lakota and seeing the world shrink around us constantly, it's crazy, but we get to experience stuff. That's the good part, experience different cultures and different people and how they live. And I was lucky enough to, you know, get off the reservation for a year and go off to school, and I got to skate a lot of different places, a lot of places that you know, you would only see in videos of skateboarding. And that kind of, you know, to me, I found the meaning of life through skateboarding. And that's kind of the one thing that keeps me going, is just being able to push on that board. Because I know every push is a push in the right direction, basically, going forward instead of looking back.
I have bad thoughts. I have thoughts of suicide. I actually attempted, but I just stopped myself because I thought about my family, thought about my friends, and everyone that cares about me that I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Then the skate park came along, and I started getting real good. And I recently learned some new tricks, and it makes me feel good about myself. So that's basically my stress reliever. It's fun. It hurts though. When you wreck it, it hurts. That's like the fun thing about it though. You learn from your mistakes.
I could read their face. I could read their mind. When a parent says to me, tell me how am I supposed to be doing? I just came to check mail. What should I be doing? I just buried my son 3 days ago. Or I buried my daughter, or I buried my grandson, my granddaughter. So Tiny, tell me, how am I supposed to feel? Because I don't know how to feel. The grief is eaten away. It's just taken me. I don't say that no more. When I see him, I hug him. And I say, God, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Because their pain is so real. And they're not willing to let go. They're not willing to let that go. But in time they will. In time they will.
Depression's like, you could have everything in the world, but you could still feel depressed. My little sister that's from here too, she lives in Rapid City, and she heard about another suicide, and it started getting to the point where my little sister wasn't surprised at them anymore. She just said, oh, another one, and I felt so bad because I didn't want my little sister growing up thinking it's normal. You gotta look past it. You don't gotta keep staying in it. You need to think about, tomorrow I'm gonna stay happy, I'll be happy.
Kakoja, grandchild. I'm going to say some words here to you, for you, because I understand that you want to know these things, then you should know these things. You should know that life is important because you are a Lakota. And as a Lakota person, you have the responsibility of making your family proud of you. And your achievements will bring honor to the family, to the Teoshpai. And there is a Lakota word that you need to know, and that is Nake Nula Wa'u. That means that you are prepared for whatever challenges, for whatever you are asked to do, for anything that is about to come. And there are going to be a lot of situations and problems that you may not understand, but you have the knowledge and the understanding and the skill and the tribal identity and the blood to believe in the Creator, Wakantanka.